Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. I've been talking a lot recently about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is not a diet, it's just a scheduled eating. You start eating at a certain point and then you stop eating at a certain point. I've got a spread here to show you what I eat on the days that I fast. Now, you may have different goals. My goal is always weight loss or weight maintenance. A few things that we want to remember though. Even though you are fasting, you want to make sure you consume enough calories. Make your foods whole, tasty, and nutritious. You want to eat in a way that you have energy. You want to eat in a way that you consume the necessary nutrients so that your body is not struggling out of homeostasis, and then you get into trouble with the slow metabolism or nutrient deficiency. All right, when I am fasting, 8 p.m., no, between 4 p.m. and 8 a.m. That works for me. Why? Because I love breakfast. So you want to pick a schedule that works for you, okay? So I go to bed somewhere around 8:30 or 9. I'm fast asleep. I wake up very early though. So when I wake up, because I am still fasting at that time, what am I doing? Drinking just what? When you are fasting, you can only consume water, black coffee, which is typically my pre-workout black coffee, and then also unsweetened green tea. So that works if you're fasting. So I'll typically wake up by 4 a.m., sit there, do my hour of power. Why? Because I want to arm myself with some good thoughts before I face the world. I am working with my boot campers from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And during that time, I am still drinking water. All right, let me be honest. After the workout, I'm thinking, is it almost 8 o'clock? Is it almost 8 o'clock? I mean, I look at the time so many times. Why? I break my fast at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to show you what I'll typically consume for a post-workout. Keep in mind, I haven't consumed any food for 16 hours. I have learned not to break my fast with a big meal right off the bat because it just gave me so many cramps right off the bat. So the first thing that I'll consume is something high protein. That's the very first thing. Again, that's just me. My goal is weight loss. Most of you have asked me, how much protein, doc, all the time? How much protein? Let me break it down to you. I like things to be simple. But listen, for this video, I've calculated most of the things. And my calculations are estimates because nobody is 100%. It never happens. But anyway, post-workout, this one here, I put a video on Instagram and TikTok. So again, follow me on those. So my post-workout is going to be something that contains protein. All right, I've got my post-workout here. This is one Premier Protein. This video is not sponsored. I love this, guys. Why? Because if you fast for long enough, your stomach is going to shrink. Only so much you can consume. This guy here has 160 calories, 30 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbohydrates, and 3 grams of fat. So I will have one of this, pour it into a cup, and I did add 1 scoop of collagen powder. Okay, I'm not talking collagen, I'm talking just proteins. This 1 scoop of collagen powder, I have all my show notes here, so you see me referencing things, so I bring you all the information. 1 scoop of collagen powder here has 30 calories, and guess what? 9 grams of protein. So it is 8 o'clock, and I broke my fast. Guess what? This whole thing with 1 Premier Protein and 1 scoop of my collagen powder is under 200 calories and 39 grams of protein. That's important for me, is my protein consumption, okay? Look at the cup. This is it, 11 ounces. All right, by the time you mix it, and remember, collagen, you want to stir. Okay, I mean, if the little clumps in there creep you out, pass it through a sieve. Again, you want to consume things that are pleasurable for you, but remember, you are going to be somewhat outside of your comfort zone, okay? Again, if you're struggling with weight loss or you lose and you're doing everything, and the weight is not coming up, think about how much protein you are consuming. Anyway, so it's around 9 o'clock and I'm thinking, okay, I need to be hydrating myself, of course, all the time. But I tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. This right here, this water, it kind of gets... I'm thinking, okay, I'm tired of the water. I need something a little bit more tasty. Can't drink the Diet Cokes anymore. Can't drink all the sodas anymore. I want something nice and tasty. So I like to keep some infusions on hand that just give me some flavor with not too much damage. So this is my first infusion. Again, you can throw any kind of vegetables or any kind of fruit into water. I stick this thing in the refrigerator, so when I'm drinking, again, remember, I'm no longer fasting at this time. Do not drink this during your fasting window, okay? This is for when you're not fasting. For those of you who love water, good, go with the water, go with the water. For those of you who are struggling to drink water, has some oranges. Now it's actually just like a little over half an orange, and the lemon slices, and right here ginger. I'm telling you, it's super delicious. You won't try this. It's super delicious. I mean, this is some kind of a bad boy. It's so delicious. Super, super delicious. So it's got the cucumber chopped right here. Mint leaves, you can't go without the mint leaves. Mint leaves in here kind of gives it like so delicious. You pour this over ice, it makes your water even more enjoyable. And then it's got lemon slices that sank here to the bottom, and then ginger slices. I just keep this thing in the refrigerator, and I could just stick a straw in it, and that's how you get a lot of water in. Somewhere between 9 and 10, I am thinking breakfast. Okay, I want some breakfast. I want to eat. I want some breakfast. This right here, tilt it over. This is an egg white omelette, and it's got a filling with tomatoes and 1 sardine and avocado. So what's in it? My omelette has 1 whole egg, 3 egg whites, 1/3 of a sardine. Of course, you want to strain out all the oil and things. If you're African, you're gonna know this one. Titus. Okay, all my African friends, don't be afraid of this one. You just have to make sure you strain out the oil, though. Get the oil out. Or you can use any tuna. Or if you don't like, you don't like sardines, don't do it. Just cook the things that work for you. This is just an example. The whole egg, 3 egg whites, 1/3 can of sardine, and then all I did was chop some onions, bell peppers, stir fry that with a little bit of olive oil, and then I put that to the side. I made the shell with the eggs. Beat up the eggs, a little bit of garlic, pink Himalayan salt, put that in the frying pan and cook it so slowly. It starts to look like one of these, it looks like a taco, like a soft taco or something like that. See right there. And when it is all set and done, take your filling of the tomatoes and the sardines and things, put that there in the middle, and then fold it. Have that with half. This is actually 1/4 of an avocado. So super delicious. And yes, I will consume this bread. See how I cut that? It makes it look like a lot. It's 2 slices of the Sara Lee whole wheat bread. Each slice is 45 calories. So who says you can't eat? Yes, you can. I just don't go with the white bread. I go with the wheat. My preference really is the Ezekiel bread because it has no flour. But listen, I'm out of Ezekiel bread. So that's what I had. And everything here, and again, this is my Sara Lee. See, it has to say 45 on the top, and do not get the honey wheat. Just get the whole wheat or multi-grain, okay? And in this one, I have a total of 385 calories, and because I used more of the egg whites to bump up that protein, 32 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbohydrates, and 21 grams of fat. So now that was my breakfast, and by this time I'm thinking it's already between 9:30 and 10. So I'm cruising along. I mean, do you spend time thinking about your food like I do? I mean, I'm very conscious of my food, especially when I am fasting. So I'm still drinking my infusions, because I know once my fasting window ends, I'll be drinking just plain water. So I use this opportunity of when I'm not fasting to drink my infusions. If you are a coffee lover like myself, I had my breakfast with a cup of coffee. I did put 3 stevia sachets into the coffee and some half and half. I don't like using the flavored creamers. I do not like using even the fat-free flavored creamers, because they have just too much of everything that I don't want. So I go with the half and half. Now, when I am fasting, I can and I know to consume black coffee. If you're struggling with just black coffee, then you do want to lighten it up so it's not as strong, and that helped me get it in. But anyway, we're cruising along and I'm thinking it's almost lunchtime. So for lunchtime, guess what I'm having? I do want to thank Butcher Box again. This is not a sponsored video, but this meat here is organic. This is the ground meat. So it's just simply ground meat cooked in tomato. And again, if you're African, a lot of African people ask me, I am originally from Cameroon. Are the Cameroonians on here? Africans? Yeah. So we've got to learn how to cook our stews without oil. If you put tomatoes and all your seasoning into a pot and cook it on low, it will cook. It's not the oil that cooks it, it's the heat that cooks it. Well, of course, oil may enhance the taste some, okay, yeah, I agree. But the best way to do it, though, to have full control of the amount of oil that you have, is to take some olive oil after you've made your stew and add that afterward. Anyway, back to my lunch. This is ground meat stew right there. And on here, I discovered these things. I love this. These are actually the cognac noodles, or the shirataki noodles. These ones have no nutritional value at all. They do taste exactly like noodles. So you have no calories here in these cognac noodles. All right, if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I do have a link. It is an affiliate link. So I will make just a little bit of change if you use my link to purchase this. But anyway, these ones are not spaghetti. These are cognac noodles. And I eat that with my ground meat. Excellent and delicious. So the only nutrients I'm having from this one here is from the ground meat itself, the ground beef stew that I made. And I will have that for lunch. So let me tell you the nutritional breakdown of that. Like I said, the noodles have no nutritional value. Everything else is coming from the beef stew itself. And that beef is about 6 ounces of 80% lean. So I could have gone about 93%, but hey, this was a gift. So I'm going to figure it all out. So anyway, total calories here in this meal, 524 calories, 32 grams of protein. I'm always watching my protein. By this time, it's between, I'd say 12:15. I like to get my lunch out of the way early. And I am back to drinking my infused. By this time, I have consumed maybe just half of the calories that I need. So this is where I'm going to use the power of some smart snacks. And I'm telling you, these things right here, raw almonds, if you don't like almonds, you can go with any nuts. I love almonds, a little less though compared to peanuts, but I love peanuts. I use the power of nuts to help me. Nuts help in several different ways. They do stick to your stomach, so they make you feel full for quite some time. If you are fasting and you notice that you stopped your fast at a certain point, but then 3-4 hours after that, you're hungry and now you're in a fasting period, you want to make sure the next day, try to eat some nuts. They'll help you stay full for quite a while. In addition to that, nuts have essential oils which help because your hormones and some enzymes and all the things that keep your body in homeostasis, they do have a molecular base of cholesterol or healthy fats. That's why you want to consume some healthy fats. Like you just saw, I had some avocado and some nuts at this point. So right here, this is 3 tablespoons. Okay, so I just measured it for the purposes of this video, but usually I take a small handful. Or if I am meal prepping on Sunday, I'm doing a big meal prep and I know that I'm going to go to work on Monday, I do sit down and measure out my nuts and put them in little baggies that go with me, so I know exactly how much is in each bag and I don't have to figure it out all the time. So if you get a big bag like me, and you can portion this out. But anyway, I'll have this at this time, I'd say somewhere maybe between 2 and 3, because I need the calories from that. And I will drink it with this. These things, I love these things. This is like a clear protein drink by Premier. You don't actually have to consume this one. They are not sponsoring this video either, but I sure like this. It's 90 calories and it's got 20 grams of protein. I'm always super intentional about my protein. That's how I lost 120 something pounds and kept it off. Tell you what, if you go back to your old ways, or you don't keep paying attention to some of the fine details after you've lost weight, then 3 years down the line, the weight is creeping back. I'm telling you, the weight comes back so quickly. I'm like, wow, I can gain 5 pounds in a weekend. Has that happened to you? And if you don't pay attention 3 months after the fact, you're 10, 15 pounds heavier. No, I don't want that to be me. So when I'm fasting, I'm very intentional about everything, especially if I'm going to go through the trouble to fast. I want to make that fast count and get the weight off. So I would drink one of these things and eat this. I promise you, these nuts will stick with you for quite some time. And so let's look at the nutritional breakdown of that one. Total, again, I said snack, but at this point, after I tell you the nutritional value, you will realize it's a meal. Consuming is over 240 calories. It's no longer a snack. It's a meal. I want you to pay attention to that, because sometimes, and I have this in my practice all the time, the lady comes in and she really is trying everything and she's like, Doc, I don't eat anything. I don't eat anything at all. And I'm still gaining weight just because of things like this. We may be consuming some high calorie things which we think are snacks, but they're not snacks, they're meals. All right. This one has 260 calories and 26 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, which is all from the nuts, and 7 grams of carbohydrates. Like I said, all my calculations are just an estimate. Anyway, because I'm fasting and I am intentional. Now by this time, I'm full. I'm thinking, wow, okay, I am full. I've eaten all these things and I do have to stop eating by 4. All right. When I'm fasting, listen, I'm pretty strict about it. By 4 o'clock, it's not even a grain of anything in my mouth. So I'm looking at the time. By 3:30, latest 3:45, I want to start consuming my last. All right, we're almost at the end of this video. If you haven't shared it yet, go ahead and share it to your page. If you haven't joined my bootcamp, you're missing out. Why? Because boot campers are right here with me in my kitchen once a week on Sunday, seeing what I eat and how I cook it. And I'm telling you, after doing this thing here of the weight loss for 12 years, since January of 2010, I have a few tricks up my sleeve that can help you. My mission really is to share as much as I know with the world, so you don't struggle as much as I did in the beginning. But there's one thing that I do know, and I'm going to read from this show note right here. If you're not consistent, consistency is key. If you're not consistent, then you may not get to destination. When I say consistency, I don't mean accuracy. The only person that was 100% accurate was Jesus Christ. So being consistent doesn't mean that you're accurate or 100% perfect. Don't look for accuracy. Just look to do it today and tomorrow and the next day. That's it. Another thing that I'll tell you is that the big people who discovered things like Thomas Edison, do you know that his discovery was actually after the 1,000 and something failures? So why you think that you're going to start a diet and then you'll never fail? I mean, you could be doing everything right, the weight goes up, or you have a craving one day and you ate everything. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Come back to it, because failure is the only way to success. I mean, if you give up, you're never going to get there. So part of this weight loss journey is accepting the fact that we are not perfect. We're going to have some hiccups, but we've got to pick ourselves up and we've got to keep going. Why? Again, remember, failure is the best way to success. Think about Thomas Edison. How many times he failed? That's how he figured out the light bulb, and he finally succeeded after so many tries. But anyway, now it's about 3:45, 3:30-ish. My African friends, you're gonna love this one, okay? Mom actually made this for me. These are leftovers. I'll just heat it up and have it, okay? So you want to have some things meal prepped just in case. I always say, cook for 2 days, maximum 3. But I say 2 because, I don't like to eat the same time. It just creeps me out. But you want to have some backups, because I catch myself. I made something today. By tomorrow, I don't want to eat it anymore. If I did not have a backup, then I'll be stuck with nothing. I have this okra soup with stockfish and beef. That's what I'm going to have for supper. This is delicious. And the way to make this that I do it, Africans, you're going to relate again. It's got no egusi and no oil, because those are not necessary. Keep in mind, your egusi, these are pumpkin seeds, so they can increase the caloric value of a simple soup. And by the way, it just depends. It just depends on your journey and where you are with your caloric deficit. So do the things that work for you. But adding all that egusi and some people add oil, so much palm oil, and some people add just really so much meat, goat meat, cow meat, shrimp, everything. So that can make a simple dish like this, which is quite a few calories because of the stockfish and the meat. It can make it go from, say, 500 calories even up to 800 or 900 calories. Generally, I'll eat this with nothing. But anyway, because we are here and a lot of people ask me, why are you going to eat it with nothing? So I'm going to show you what I eat it with. This is a cauliflower fufu. For those of you in the Western world, you can call this almost like mashed potatoes. So if you're going to make mashed potatoes, you can use cauliflower. There's nothing more beautiful than eating vegetables with vegetables. Sometimes we have a little starchy ball, which is too many carbohydrates. I'm not saying remove carbohydrates from your life, but I'm just saying too much can be too much. It will make your insulin level spike and turn your body on the inside into a fat storage environment. So you eat this in the evening before you go to sleep, step on the scale in the morning, and you're 2 pounds heavier, and you're wondering why. I simply make my cauliflower fufu. When I started making this thing, I mean, anything with cauliflower, whether it's rice or mashed potato or fufu like this, I used to be so creeped out with the cauliflower flavor was so strong and just made me, I just couldn't get by it because that flavor is still there and it's not feeling like it's fufu because all I'm getting in is cauliflower. I personally don't like that. So what I do is I buy the frozen one. If you don't want to buy the frozen one, go the fresh. But you want to blanch it though. When you blanch it, it takes away some of that flavor. So what is blanching? Take it, put it in hot water, leave it there for 1-2 minutes, take it out and put it in cold water. It seems like most of that odor goes away. Now you can blend it and use it for anything. That's how I make cauliflower, everything. Pancake, waffles, because I take the odor off and they are not cauliflower-ish. So this is the fufu I will have with the okra soup. And so what's in it? This is a high calorie one though. It's got coconut, it's got everything in it. So it's got 524 calories, 32 grams of protein because of the meat and the fish, and then 14 grams of carbohydrate. And the fat, remember that I used coconut flour, which is, coconut has, it's a seed that has, it's a nut that has oil. in it. So it's got 34 grams of fat. Like I said, everything here is an estimate. So let me find my totals for the day. For this whole day, I consumed estimated 1,883 calories, 161 grams of protein, which is my best part, and then 91 grams of carbohydrates, a little low. I like to get it to 100 grams, but you know, and 104 grams of fat. As you notice, all my fats here are healthy fats. And that's really the way I do my intermittent fasting. Listen, if you have not done so yet, share this video. If you also have not done so yet, go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are watching this replay on YouTube, and join my bootcamp. Why? Because we can. All right, everyone. I want to thank you so much for joining this video. Thank you for your support. Thank you everyone who's following me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. I wish you all the best of success in your health and wellness journey. Thank you everyone. Bye.